The first time I saw two girls kissing, my world blew up. I was 15 and in Massachusetts at a summer camp. And up to that point, I was pretty sure I was the only LGBT person in the whole world. I did what any sane person probably wouldn't have done, and I awkwardly came up to them. Hi, I'm Linx. I come from Panama, and where I come from, there's not really any LGBT people who are out, and I'm gay too, and just, hi. They were really nice about it, surprisingly. And they took me to the GSA at the camp. There, I met another trans man for the first time. Things started to click in my head. That summer, I understood that I wasn't alone, that I wasn't some alien thing, and that I didn't have to wait till I was older. There had to be people like me back home too. This was the spark that started the flame. Last year at my place of worship, a 70-year-old came up to me. I was already fond of them because they always gave me mints at the beginning of meetings, but we had never really talked. You're very brave, she said. When you talk about yourself openly and introduce yourself, it makes me happy. See, I'm like you. I feel like a woman inside. But I imagine if I were to introduce myself, soy Susana, agradecida de estar aquí. I think they would laugh. She told me her story, how she lived as an out trans woman in a time when doing so was signing your own death warrant. All of her friends have died of AIDS or overdose. She's only alive because she chose to hide, chose to live a lie because it was the only guaranteed method of survival. This is not my story, but as an activist, I am a keeper of history. I carry her with me. I carry them all with me. I know that I come from a generation with the audacity and the privilege to believe that a better life is possible, that I can grow up to be myself, that I can be happy, that I can have a job, a family, that I don't have to hide. And that if somebody were to laugh at me, that is not my problem to fix, but theirs. I could stand here and I could tell you about every time I've been called a fag, a dyke, or a tranny. I could tell you every time I wanted to end my own life. I could tell you about how hard it's been or how much harassment I've received or the people around me. But that is not the story I want to tell. That is not what I choose to do with my voice. My story is a story of change. It's a story of how things do get better. It is the story of my very religious grandma going to a pro-life, pro-family march, protesting people like me. This year, she went to buy my birthday cake and panicked at the store when the lady asked her if it was supposed to be pink or blue. She got a yellow one. It's the story of learning that everyone can move. Why do I keep fighting? I imagine someday a trans person will be born. They will figure themselves out, transition, have a job, a family, live through good times and hard times, and then they will die. And this person will have never known what it feels like to be discriminated for their gender identity. This person probably won't remember me. Or Susie, or of many of the countless others. But they will be happy. A year ago, if you told me that I could be happy, I wouldn't have believed you. I would have probably laughed in your face. Now, I sometimes take it for granted. I have had the privilege to survive. Not all have been as lucky. I do my best to honor them with the time I have been gifted. And that is the story I want to tell.